Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Blue Couch Therapy. It's your boy, True Hagobi, your player partner from the East Coast, coming to you live. Today's date is March the 4th. It's about 11:30 right now, and we just left the gym. Today was a stretch day. I encourage you guys to stretch your bodies, to work out, to do something for your mind, do something for your body. Today's sponsor, guys, is brought to you by water. Get your jumbo jugs. Get your jumbo jug, okay? Shout out to water, the giver of life. Anyways, guys, so the topic of today's discussion is before it get better, get worse. So I was on a client call yesterday, and I was speaking with one of my students, and we were just talking about the fact that life seems to be getting worse before it gets better. So in all things, I have to agree. Skipper the Flipper have a song to talk about the same thing. He said, before it get better, get worse. And I've heard this saying for quite some time in my life, and I'm noticing it to be true. Because at this point, I know my breakthrough is here. I know everything is set out for me. I know everything is ordained. Once you kind of take a step back and understand who you are and your power in this world as a creator, things change. They change drastically, and they change very quickly. So I'm seeing that my life is changing in such a way, and like my old frequency is trying so hard. My old life is trying so hard to take me back to who I once was. Because as I see the bills piling up, as I see, guys, I'm doing this full time. I'm a full-time content creator. I'm open to working. I'm always open to working. Right now I'm a full-time content creator. I work for myself, and it's like the bills are, so anybody that works for themselves knows that it's oftentimes not a steady paycheck, like if you have a job, and it's like, but the bills are steady. The bills are steady. So as I see the bills piling up, as I get the calls from people wanting more money, giving me the fat Tony, talking about, where's the money? When are you gonna get the money? Why aren't you getting the money now? And sometimes it makes me think, it used to put me in a state of fear. It used to put me in a state of lack, because I would just always think that, like, oh man, like, how comes there's never enough? Even sometimes for me, when I see things and I'm like looking at the negative account balances, and I'm just like to myself, why is it that it seems that everybody gets an easier ride but me? But then I think to myself, because it's you. You're the one. So of course your life is going to be more what some may consider to be an uphill battle. I just look at it as a situation that I'm currently facing. I don't look at it as a problem, because I don't even like to put that negative connotation on the things that I'm seeing in my reality. Because at the end of the day, like I talk about, the only thing that anything can take from me, anyone can take from me, is a status, a symbol, an external status, Heaven forbid I have to sell my car. Okay, whatever, car gone. Heaven forbid I have to file for bankruptcy. Whatever, 7 years, they'll let me back into the game. So it's like, in my mind, I'm like, all these things are just symbols. You're chasing that VP position. You're chasing that credit score. You're chasing that partner. You're chasing that SP. You're chasing whatever it is that you're running after. It's all just status symbols. All these things are status symbols that are pointing you to look outward instead of focusing inwardly. And the scripture that comes to mind when I think about this is when Jesus says, give the things unto Caesar what are Caesar's, and give the things of God's what are God's, As I have like 1 month left of saving at this time, as I'm calling to you guys, like I've already put my word out. I've already prayed for it. I've already put the word out that $357,000 is coming to me in profit within the next 15 days. So I'm calling for that. I've placed my order. Now I just wait. Now I wait and I let it go, because I understand whatever is going to come from that is going to come. So as I'm here with like what appears to be in my bank account the last month's worth of funds, I'm like to myself, my monkey mind, my left brain wants to think about calculations, and well, I should be doing this and I should be doing that, and maybe I should be giving up on this, giving up on creating for you guys every day, and then like go and do something so that I can get a job. But then I'm like to myself, but then you're capping potentially uncapped earning potential, as we are plugged into the marketplace of the internet, and going to go and just get something that's of cap salary. So I say to myself, I'm like, stay focused on the journey, stay focused on the vision, and you'll understand. So it's like, before things get better, get worse, because you have to be honed. You have to really be put through the fire. And guys, if you think about gold, right? One of the most precious materials on the earth, next to melanin, is that when you have gold, you have to refine it. You have to put it through the fire. You have to hit it with the mallet and the amulet. If anybody's ever seen the, I'm not sure if amulet is the right word, but you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if anybody's seen the show Forged in Fire, where they take the steel and then they heat it up. You got to heat it up to 15,000 degrees or 1,500 degrees, whatever it is, and you got to bash it with the thing. So that's you, you know, and in my mind, in my analogy, I'm the gold. So it's like, I've come out of the earth right now, you know, and I'm still in this place where I have to be refined, and God is refining me in a certain way so that I can live my truth forever, you know, because I say that like the lessons have to be learned. They're repeated until they're learned. And this time I'm on my third time's the charm, seeing these lessons, you know, buying a car before I should have, trying to get an apartment before I should have, instead of focusing on what I need to create for you guys, what I need to produce for you guys in order for me to find that stability in which I'm looking for without having to look for external things. So I think that it's important for me, at least, it's important for me to remember that it does get, sometimes before it gets better, it gets worse. And now I'm experiencing what they may refer to as the worst. But like I say, guys, it's just a situation that I'm facing right now. I don't feel fear. I don't feel as though my life is in shambles. And guys, I don't worry, you know. I was reading John chapter 14 yesterday, and it's basically just saying that let your heart be still. Don't be troubled. Don't be troubled by what you're seeing in the external world. Don't be troubled by what you're seeing in the 3D reality. Deny what you're seeing because it's a delayed response. Choose what you wish to believe, or choose what you wish to see yourself as. True Hagobi, the biggest icon to ever do it, and be that. So that, like, I still, guys, come to you with 1 month left of savings, and I'm just like to myself, I'm calm, because I know for a fact that God always comes through in the 11th hour, 59 minute, and I'm not even trying to predict where it's going to come from. I'm not even trying to think about what opportunities are going to present themselves, because that's even limiting. You have no idea how great and how grandiose this universe is, and the potential that God has to bestow upon to you. You never know. So why would I sit there and say, well, it's going to be this, it's going to be the sale of this, it's going to be, I'm just creating, guys. I'm just putting everything out there, and then eventually something's going to catch. And then once they catch, they're going to say, okay, wow, he's active. I'm active, guys. I have 2 books out. I have an EP out. I have a mixtape out. I have 14 guides out, and that are on my Patreon. And I talk to you guys every day. I live stream every day. I create from the depths of my heart in order to give you guys messages, in order to tell you guys the truth. So I just think that for me personally, it's important to just hold it down, keep doing my thing, not to be fearful, and to give up the day, what the day requires. And after that, move on, you know, and go to sleep happy in my heart, knowing that everything is working out for me. You know, what's funny is that, like, even through all this stuff, it's like I literally will go to bed laughing. You know, I'm going to bed laughing about my life and my journey and my glory, because it's like the whole thing that I'm experiencing is that the journey is the process, you know, because it's like once you think about the fact that, like, you get it or you get there, there's always another there, you know. Think about where you are right now, and think about the times that you used to pray for where you are now. You know, I prayed for a new car, I got one. I prayed to have a place of my own, I got one. I prayed to, you know, or at least to be able to afford to stay somewhere warm every night, I got that, you know? So I think to myself that, like, okay, so then how can you believe that these things will work out for you, these smaller materialistic things, but you don't think that, like, God's gonna come and help you in the last minute, you know? You don't think that you're going to be taken care of when things really matter. So, you know, and even if you do the thought exercise where you think about the worst case scenario for a brief moment, only to experience what you don't want and take it all the way to the end. So then in my mind, I'll tell it to you guys, my ultimate fear, the ultimate, like, you know, things didn't work out. Now I'm just like a homeless guy with no car, with no money, just walking around the street until one day I die of starvation. And even that makes me laugh, because I know that's never going to happen. So it's like, here we are. Just be faithful in the journey, and then understand where you do want to go. You know, so it's like every time I feel that anxiety, which is even becoming less and less these days, excuse me, to be honest with you guys, it's becoming less and less these days. And because it's like the more that I recognize it, or the more that I feel it, it gives me an opportunity to think about what I do want, flip it on its head. So I say all this to say, guys, that yeah, before it gets better, it gets worse. Oftentimes we see things before it gets better, get worse, but you know that when you feel it, it's always getting worse, it's because your breakthrough is here, and the old you, the attacks, or whatever they may refer to it as, is trying to pull you back into your old frequency to see if you really are who you say you are. And I say that I am a child of the Most High, and I am living my life just to prove the glory of God, and to prove the truth, That's why I'm here, guys. That's why I create every day. That's why I create every day, guys, to tell you the truth. All right? So until next time, it's your player partner, True Hagobi, coming to you live from the East Coast. See you soon. Later, guys. Oh, check out all my books. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 500 subs, guys. I think we're going to get there probably by, like, the end of the week. So, at this rate. But yeah, check out my books. All my links are going to be in the description down below. My Patreon's going to be there. My PayPal if you want to donate to the tour. Yeah, PayPal's going to be there. My Patreon, my books, my links, everything's going to be there. Let your intuition guide you into what to do, guys. If you ever want to support the channel, there is going to be ways. If you want to donate $1, you can do that on the PayPal. If you want to become a member, you can do that on the Patreon. If you want to buy my guides and my books, you can find them on Amazon or you can find them on Patreon. All right, guys. Until next time, love you guys forever. Peace. I'm out of here.